to all of you class 6. Welcome back to the English class. Today is 11th of June 2020 and we will do notice writing again, and we will do revision of letter writing, particularly format of formal letter writing. Okay, so our learning objective will be to learn to write a notice and a formal letter in correct format. This would be our learning objective. All right, now the points which we need to remember about notice writing, like I mentioned previously, is notice is a formal communication. It is not a informal communication, or it is not a personal communication. It is a formal communication. You are conveying a very formal information. Okay, so it is a formal mode of communication. Then a notice should be always precise, that means brief, and it should contain all the relevant information. Relevant means the point which is related to the notice, to the matter. Then it should mention what is the notice about, when is the important date to remember, where is the important place to remember, and this should be mentioned in a notice. Details of the notice writer should be mentioned, because a notice is always issued by an authorized person. Suppose if there is a notice about sports day in a school, then the notice would be issued by head boy or head girl, right? It will not be issued by any student in the school. So a notice is always issued by an authorized person. This was the format for layout of the notice writing. First is the name of the organization or institution which is issuing the notice. Next comes the date. Then we write the notice. You can write the date and notice also in the same line. Then next is the topic, right? The heading of the notice. Then comes the main point, the body of the letter. Here we have to mention this is the body of the letter, and here you write the signature, that means your signature, and here you write your name in block letter, and in the last we write the designation of the person who is issuing the notice. Okay, now this was about the previous slide. This was about the format of a notice writing. Okay, now children, we will do a little revision of letter writing. Okay, now letter writing here, this is a format of informal letter writing. The first what we write here is the writer's address, that means whosoever is writing the address, his or her address will be written. Next comes the date on which the letter is written. Next comes the salutation, that means the greetings. Here we write the body, the message we want to write. We always start a letter with a short introduction. We find out, we greet them, and then we find out how are they doing. We inform how is our health doing, and we inquire about their well-being. Then we write down the main message in the letter. Subscription is your polite ending. Last signature is your name. This is a format of informal letter. I've taught you this earlier, and everything which is written here comes on the left hand side of a page. Okay, now this is a format of a formal letter. Okay, this is a new format we have to follow. Please keep this in mind, that everything here which will come on the left hand side of a page or a copy. Okay, the first is the writer's address. Next is the date on which a letter is written. Third comes the address of the person or firm receiving the letter. Okay, whosoever is the recipient's address. This is the difference between a formal and informal letter. And in informal letter, this portion is not there. But in a formal letter, you have to write the recipient's address. Then the salutation is dear sir, madam, or you can also write respected sir, respected madam. Like I told you, if you're not sure about whether it is the person you're writing is a gentleman or a lady, then it is always advisable to write respected madam / sir. Okay, here then comes some body of the letter, and subscription you will write yours faithfully, or you can write yours sincerely, and at the end is your signature. Okay, now everything, the only difference which is between what was explained, what I explained earlier, was that everything would be on the left hand side of a letter. Please remember, writer's address, date, address of the recipient, salutation, body, everything will fall on the left hand side in a same line, left hand side of a letter. Now there is a one specimen here. These are the parts of a formal letter. Okay, I will give you a specimen also. Writer's address, then comes date, address of the person or the firm receiving that letter, then comes the salutation, that means respected sir, madam, body of the letter, subscription, that is the polite ending, and signature, right? Writer's address is the sender's address. Date is always written in MMYY, DDMMYY format, that means date, month and year. Okay, so if it is you are writing 11/06/2020, that is 11th June 2020. Okay, then the recipient address, this is, suppose if you're writing a letter to the director of the Guwahati Medical College, we write it, and then we write respected madam, sir. Then the message which you want to convey will be the body of the letter. Then the subscription would be your faithfully or your sincerely, and at the end will be your name. Okay, now children, this is a sample of a formal letter. Okay, do you see this here? This is the sender's address, that means your address. Okay, this is the sender's address. Then here is the date on which a letter is written. This portion is the recipient's letter, and this is the main body of your letter, your subscription, and this is the sender's signature. And you see, everything is on the left hand side of a letter in one line. Please remember this format. Okay, format for formal letter writing. Informal also, everything in the straight line on a left hand side, but the only difference in informal letter is this portion, the recipient's name will not be included in informal letter writing. Okay, so children, this is all I wanted to explain to you. Now I will give you a homework, which is your notice writing, which is based on the me and mine worksheets. Okay, that would be your homework, and I will also mention the date of the date on which you have to send the homework. And students, once again, students, those who don't have me and mine worksheets, I request all of you to please get me and mine worksheet booklet from bookstore. It is available, and it is a compulsory, it is a mandatory part of your curriculum, so please buy it from the stores. So children, I hope notice writing and letter writing format is clear to all of you. In case of any confusion, any doubt, please call me or message me. All right, thank you students.